Grizzly bear. Grizzly bears, often called brown bears, are basically the heavyweight champions of the natural world. From a young age, they learn how to catch fish, guard their territory, and use their massive bodies to their advantage. And I mean that literally. A fully grown grizzly can weigh more than 300 kilograms. Even with all that bulk, it can run faster than most athletes, hitting speeds close to 35 miles per hour. Their sense of smell is incredibly powerful too. They can pick up the scent of food from miles away. On top of that, their claws are so strong they can flip over heavy rocks as if they were nothing. But their life isn't always about showing strength. When food becomes hard to find or winter comes early, things can get rough. To make it through the long winter months, grizzlies rely on hibernation. During that time, their heart rate slows down and they survive off the fat they stored earlier. Mother grizzlies deal with even more pressure because they have to protect their cubs from wolves, bad weather, and sometimes even other bears. When it comes to food, they'll eat just about anything: berries, plants, fish, and larger animals if they manage to catch them. That flexible diet is one big reason they've been able to survive in forests, mountains, and cold northern regions. Out in the wild, very few animals are willing to challenge a grizzly. They're the classic symbol of strength in the wilderness, and pretty much everything around them respects that. Giant panda. The giant panda is basically the gentle giant of the bear world. They're big, fluffy, calm, and most of their day revolves around one simple activity: eating bamboo. Here's the interesting part. Pandas are technically classified as carnivores, but about 99% of what they eat is actually plants. Since bamboo doesn't provide many nutrients, they have to spend around 10 to 14 hours every day eating just to get enough energy. Pandas live in the cool mountain forests of China. There, they climb trees, wander through thick bamboo groves, and snack almost nonstop. They also have a special thumb, really an enlarged wrist bone, that helps them grip bamboo like a hand. Even though they spend so much time eating, pandas move slowly to conserve energy, which is why they often look so calm and relaxed. Still, life isn't perfect for them. Their habitat is limited, and they rely heavily on bamboo forests, which makes them sensitive to environmental changes. Panda cubs are also born extremely tiny and fragile, so their mothers have to care for them constantly. Even with these challenges, pandas remain one of the most beloved animals in the world. Are they cute? Absolutely. Efficient? Not really. But their calm personality, unusual diet, and charming behavior make them impossible to forget. Sun bear. Sun bears are the smallest bears on Earth, but their size can be misleading. They're packed with personality. They have short, sleek fur that helps them stay cool in the tropical heat. On their chest, there's a bright patch shaped like a rising sun, and they also have an impressively long tongue, sometimes reaching 20 to 25 centimeters. They use it to reach honey, insects, and other food hidden deep inside logs or nests. Sun bears are excellent climbers and spend a lot of time up in the trees, either looking for food or resting in nests they build from branches. Even though they look small and adorable, they're incredibly strong and can rip open logs without much effort. Their curved claws help them climb almost like cats. But life in the wild isn't easy for them. Habitat loss in the rainforests of Southeast Asia, along with illegal hunting, has reduced their numbers. Because they're naturally shy, they're also difficult for scientists to study. That means there's still a lot we don't know about how they live. Sun bears might not be as famous as pandas or grizzlies, but they're easily one of the most unique bears on the planet. Once you notice their curious eyes, bright chest marking, and playful behavior, they're hard to forget. American black bear. American black bears are the most common bears across North America, and their main advantage is simple: they can adapt almost anywhere. You can find them in forests, mountains, swamps, and even areas close to neighborhoods. Black bears have a real talent for adjusting to whatever environment they end up in. When they're young, they spend a lot of time climbing trees to stay safe from danger. As they get older, they become clever problem solvers. They use their powerful sense of smell and strong memory to track down food. Sometimes that means berries and insects, and other times it means digging through trash cans or wandering into campsites like unexpected visitors. Their biggest challenge usually isn't other wildlife, it's people. When natural food becomes scarce, black bears sometimes wander into towns looking for easy meals. That can lead to conflicts or relocation. Most of the time, though, they aren't aggressive. They're just curious animals trying to survive. Black bears have excellent hearing, can run up to 30 miles per hour, and they're strong swimmers. Even with their size, they can climb trees surprisingly fast. They're intelligent, playful, and often much gentler than people expect. In the end, black bears are smart survivors, building their lives around the forests, the changing seasons, and sometimes even the routines of the humans living nearby. Sloth bear. Sloth bears may look soft and fluffy, but they're built for one very specific purpose: eating termites and ants. Their long snout, flexible lips, and powerful claws function like a complete set of tools. A sloth bear can break open a termite mound, pull in hundreds of insects within seconds, and then head off to the next mound like a small vacuum moving through the forest. These bears mostly live in India and Sri Lanka, where the climate is hot and food can be hard to compete for. Their shaggy fur helps shield them from the sun and from biting insects, and their sense of smell is extremely strong. One of the most heartwarming things about them is how they carry their cubs. Sloth bear mothers often let their young ride on their backs, gripping the thick fur as she walks through the forest. Still, their lives are not always easy. Sloth bears share their environment with larger predators and often live close to human settlements. Because of this, unexpected encounters happen, making survival more difficult day to day. Even with these problems, sloth bears are extremely good at locating food in challenging conditions. Although their appearance may seem unusual, they are quick, powerful, and perfectly suited to a diet built around insects. In many ways, they are the specialists of the bear world. Distinctive, hard-working animals with surprising abilities. The spectacled bear, sometimes called the Andean bear, is one of the most unusual-looking bears on the planet. Its name comes from the light-colored markings around its eyes and face, which often resemble a pair of glasses. Each bear has its own pattern, almost like a fingerprint, giving every individual a unique look. These bears live high in the cloud forest along the Andes Mountains in South America. Their environment includes mist-covered trees, steep hillsides, and dense vegetation. For many animals, this would be a difficult place to live, but for spectacled bears, it works perfectly. They are excellent climbers and spend a surprising amount of their time in trees. Sometimes they even build small platforms from branches where they can sit, rest, or eat. Their diet mainly includes plants and fruits, along with cactus or bromeliads on occasion, making them one of the most gentle species of bear. They do hunt from time to time, but usually only small animals. Because of their calm nature, people often describe them as the peaceful bears of the mountains. However, life in the Andes is becoming more challenging. Expanding farms and human development continue to reduce the forests they depend on, leaving these already rare animals with less territory. Since they are naturally quiet and shy, they usually disappear before anyone notices they were nearby. With their gentle behavior, secretive nature, and distinctive markings, spectacled bears remain one of the rarest and most mysterious bears people can learn about. Moon bear. Moon bears, also called Asiatic black bears, get their name from the bright crescent-shaped mark on their chest that resembles a glowing moon. They live across many regions of Asia, from thick forests to mountainous areas, and they are among the best climbers of all bear species. Even full-grown adults can climb trees quickly when escaping danger or searching for food. Their everyday life depends on variety. Moon bears eat fruits, nuts, insects, honey, and sometimes small animals. This adaptable diet allows them to survive in many different environments. In colder regions, they may also hibernate during winter, slowing their bodies down to conserve energy. Unfortunately, their biggest challenge comes from human activity. Deforestation reduces their natural habitat, and illegal wildlife trade has harmed many populations. As a result, moon bears sometimes come into conflict with people while looking for food. Even with these difficulties, they remain highly adaptable animals that continue adjusting to their surroundings whenever possible. Moon bears are intelligent, curious creatures with expressive personalities. They communicate through a wide range of sounds and show strong emotional connections, especially between mothers and their cubs. Sadly, very few people ever get the chance to see them in the wild. Moon bears are one of those animals that deserve far greater protection, respect, and awareness. Polar bear. The polar bear is the largest and strongest bear species in the world, and every part of its body is designed for life in the Arctic. Its thick white fur holds in warmth, a heavy layer of fat protects it from freezing temperatures, and its huge paws function like snowshoes, allowing it to move across ice and swim through icy water with ease. Most of a polar bear's life is spent hunting seals on sea ice. They rely heavily on patience, sometimes waiting for hours beside a seal's breathing hole, staying completely still until the exact moment to attack. Their sense of smell is incredibly powerful and allows them to detect prey from more than a kilometer away, even if it is hidden under thick snow. However, survival is becoming more difficult. As the Arctic continues to warm, sea ice forms later and melts earlier each year. Because of this, polar bears must travel farther and swim longer distances just to find food. That leads to higher energy loss, fewer successful hunts, and greater risks, especially for mothers raising cubs. In certain regions, hungry polar bears are even moving closer to human communities in search of food. Despite these hardships, polar bears remain remarkable survivors. They are powerful, intelligent animals, perfectly suited to one of the harshest climates on Earth. Their quiet persistence and ability to withstand extreme cold make them one of nature's most impressive predators. If any bear truly symbolizes strength and resilience, it is the polar bear. Let me know in the comments which bear is your favorite, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.